Welcome back, folks.
Now, slightly different. We are almost live.
Almost.
Almost. We recorded this yesterday.
Welcome back, guys. This is just a quick video just to bring you up to date with us and life and France and the channel. So, you're about to watch an amazing adventure. The next series is a great adventure, probably up there with one of my best, to be fair.
It is.
It was so much fun, and some of the locations we managed to get to were absolutely fantastic, weren't they?
They were. So before we go through that, we really need to discuss something with you, and to be honest, it's a bit of an ugly truth.
Indeed it is, and that is that YouTube has changed. And you might have noticed this yourself, guys, with shorts, with Patreon, with membership channels. So the algorithm behind YouTube that drives the content, it's all changing. What does that do to us? Well,
It makes things really difficult for us. We are putting a lot of work into producing content, not just being away. That part we love, and that's down to us, really. But the production side of it afterwards can take a lot of time and effort.
and it also costs quite a bit of money behind the scenes. Not thousands, but it does cost money to produce these videos.
Yeah, and we'll be honest, it's money that we don't have.
Not anymore.
No.
Those days are gone, my friend.
And one day I really hope they'll come back.
Yeah,
However,
absolutely.
So we know that's down to us. You know, we moved to France and that was our choice. But in moving to France, our plan was to come here and work. We bought the house that we bought because it enables us to do a job that we want to do. However, the timing was absolutely diabolical. It was right in the thick of Brexit. And what we had planned for and what actually has occurred are two very different things.
Our whole plan of moving over here was to start photography workshops and to get our website finally produced and open so that we could sell our images and books and calendars and things like that. So we put a business plan together, which was great, accepted by the French, but like Claire says, it was all in this turmoil of the Brexit aftermath. And through, we'll try and keep the story short, we didn't meet at that particular time the criteria that was being asked for to start a business, and that was nothing to do with monetary, that was to do with evidence. So we submitted our business plan, which got accepted. However, it just didn't work. We tried our damnedest to get through the system, it just didn't work.
The problem we had was we had both given up our jobs, and the jobs that we had meant once we had given in that notice, we could not take that back out. So we had no job in the UK. We'd also sold our house, ready to buy this one and come over here. So we had nowhere to live and no jobs in the UK, which meant realistically we had to come here. And had we not have come here, we'd have also lost a lot of money on the house sale because we could not pull out of it. So we have moved here, that is our choice, but we are not working because we are not allowed to. The French government will not allow us to work in France
For another 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So we need to get through this period, guys. Now what that means for the channel is we are paying out more than what we get in, which is difficult. So I don't know if you know this, but YouTube affiliated with Google AdSense pays us on views. Now to get that payout, you have to make a minimum of £60 on your watch time and your views. Once you've gone past that £60, then you're entitled to that money. If your videos fall under that £60 watch time requirement, then you receive nothing. So if we have a good month, we might get, say, £100. Now that £100, so we pay for all our channel expenses out of that money. That includes the editing software we use, the subscriptions that we have to use for music, and also for the maps that you see and animations and things like that. So we have to pay a monthly fee for that. So
And what you will see on there is there are some months where we haven't made that, especially during the summer.
Where we are today is we've moved to France, fantastic. We've bought a house which is mortgage free, must add that, fantastic. However, we both live on my small pension, and my small pension is under, don't mind disclosing this with you, is less than the minimum wage. So for both of us, we're living off my pension, which is less than the minimum wage.
Yeah, I haven't earned the rights for my pension yet. We're not old enough for an old age pension yet.
Might look it.
Feel it, but we're not. So we are living off of one person's pension, which is less than the minimum wage for one person.
So this isn't a feel down video, guys. It's us just
No.
bringing up to speed with life, because from the
Yeah.
outside we've received some comments where people have said that, you know, we're living the high life, and I get that. From the outside looking in, it must look like we are. We're always out and about in the van, and we seem to have this beautiful house in France. We're in the van because there's nowhere really suitable inside the house to do this
No.
at the moment. It's a complete renovation, but from outside looking in, yeah, it looks all glorious, but it's not. We've give up everything in the UK, so we had no choice but now come to France. Yes, it's our choice, and to be fair, we're still loving it. However, what it means for the channel is it's getting more and more difficult for us to produce videos and
more
content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our last few videos have been from similar places. We've been to Spain a lot, and the reason for that is we go throughout the winter and the spring so that we're not cold. We have one room in the house that has heating. And it's a wood burner. We have no other heating in the house at all. So it does get cold. It gets very cold in southwest France during the winter periods.
And the bit you don't see, guys, is that we're actually doing more van life here than we did in the UK, believe it or not. So like Claire says, we do go to Spain for months.
The difference is our van life now is a more prolonged period rather than the weekends that we used to be able to go when we were both working in the UK. We had the money and the time was different as well. We didn't need to escape the cold, so we could just go wherever we wanted when we wanted, really.
Yeah, so that's where we are today, guys. So YouTube has changed. Our lives have massively changed. In some cases for the better, and in some cases for the worse. In other cases for the worse. But this isn't a whinge. This is a what can we do?
Yeah, this is us being honest with you and letting you know what's going on, and you know how we are working, how YouTube and Adventure Van Freddie channel works for us, and also to get some feedback from yourselves.
Yeah, that side's really important. So if there's anything, as we continue the videos, anything you think you can add that would help sustain the channel, then please get in contact, guys. And we always, you know, listen to people. I'll give you an example. The other day someone asked, absolutely a great bit of advice was to maybe produce maps of our routes and include the places that we stopped at, you know, the what free words and everything, just as something that can be bought off the net after our adventures, which is something I'm considering doing, but it takes a lot of time, and the preparation and the remembering of every road that we go down. And believe you me, there's times when we get lost, there's times when we go way off the beaten track. So to do that, I've got to come up with some kind of system. But a great comment, greatly received, and something that I'm thinking about producing in the future.
Yeah. So, changes. What are we doing?
Changes.
Oh dear. Oh no. There are changes coming to Adventure Van Freddie.
So we've got to look at changing how we produce videos, what we produce, how often we produce it, and whether they're benefit to you and benefit to us as well, especially over this period of financial shortfall, shall we call it.
Yeah. So, speaking of short, we're going to be making some short reels. We're still going to produce the longer video, but we are going to be producing some short reels as well, just a minute, 2 minutes long. And we really would like your support with watching them and liking them as well. Like we say, it really helps the algorithm on YouTube recognise us and recognise that people do like our content, and then maybe push it out to more people as well.
We get feedback through comments, which is really good to receive, and a few people have said about what 3 words and that we should keep them to ourselves, not in a negative way. We should keep them to ourselves and then offer them up to other platforms.
It has, but we're not keen on some of the other platforms.
No.
We don't really want to go down the Patreon route.
No, so with Patreon, the main reason why Patreon works is because they release their content before they put it onto YouTube. However, we know that our videos are delayed anyway, so you're not going to get much benefit from watching it on Patreon.
No.
And that's just another social media platform to get involved with. We'd like to avoid Patreon, and we'd also like to avoid YouTube memberships, which is another way of generating money by making our videos subscription based, as in paying subscription based, where you can only watch them if you pay. We prefer the volunteer type.
Yeah, we don't want to withhold our work, our adventures, our content.
We love doing it.
We love it. We love that we can share it with you, and that we're sharing places that some of you can't get to. You know, some people watch it because they know they can go away and they want to go to each individual places. Some people just like us.
Weirdos.
But some people have commented, you know, thank you. We love seeing these places that we can no longer get to. And that means a lot to us.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely
does. And we don't want to stop that. And I certainly don't want to make people have to pay to come and see what's out there in the world. I think that's wrong.
Which is why, in the past, guys, we've always either given you map coordinates, grid references, or what 3 words. So as the channel's changed and some of the tech in the background's changed, we now give you what 3 words for all our park ups and some of these fantastic locations, in the hope that if you're travelling, you can get to some of them, of which has just been affirmed once again by our Kiwi friends that normally travel in a caravan that have come over to Europe from New Zealand and are travelling all across Europe, and they're using loads of our stop-offs, park-ups and locations. So thanks, guys. That means the absolute world. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it does. So what are we doing? Well, we really want to promote our Buy Me a Coffee. So it's a volunteer basis. You can either do as it says, buy us a coffee with an amount of your choice or an amount of coffees of your choice. But there are memberships involved as well if you really want to support the channel. So there are bronze, silver and gold memberships, and for those memberships we have to give back. We know and we want to give back to you. So for those memberships, everybody will receive a digital newsletter. It'll be a quarterly newsletter, just letting you know what we're up to, giving you information about where we are in the series, things that are going on, maybe some behind the scenes gossip.
And also include some of our past videos and experiences, of which you may not have ever gone back and watched, but some of our favourite locations, some of the things we've done, just sharing the whole AVF experience over the past 7-8 years with yourself within the newsletter.
Yeah. And obviously you'll be getting a sticker. So yes, a sticker will be coming your way if you are a member. Now for the silver membership, this is where we want to change things a little bit, and we want to be giving you our what 3 words. So in the videos we will still be giving you general locations of where we are. So we won't be saying, we found this secret village. You'll still know where this village is, but what we won't be doing is giving you exact references for where we are parked. That will come with the silver membership, and with the gold membership you'll get all of the above, plus access to downloadable images produced from us during our trips away, during our travel and our adventures. That will also have the location of where those images were taken, and some information of behind the scenes photography settings, and some extra bits like that too.
Yeah, so 3 membership levels there, guys. 5 £10 and £15, and all of them come with their own little package of stuff.
They do.
So, and that way, what we're hoping to do is that will help pay for the channel, to prolong the channel, especially over this period of us not working. So just to keep it going. Once we're back in that working environment, then things will change again, by no doubt. And the choices we're left with, and it's a critical time in a way, is do we keep the channel going, or do we stop, and the money that we use for editing software, for video editing software and producing these videos, we keep that instead, which will boost our monthly income. We'll still go away with AVFreddie over winter, because as long as we can fill the tank up of fuel, it costs us less to be in the van than it does to run the house at the moment. So that will still continue.
Yeah.
But like we said, if you can think of any other ways that would help us with our revenue, with keeping the AVF channel alive, then please get in contact. Or do you think it's better for us to switch on to Patreon or YouTube
How
memberships?
many of you would follow us on Patreon?
Yeah,
That's
not too sure.
Yeah, we don't know. So I mean, we would run that risk of going to Patreon and then you all say, well, we don't really want to watch you that much.
And like we said, we prefer that whole volunteer thing. A big thank you to all of those that have supported us through buying me a coffee, buying the ad hoc coffees here and there. It really, really does help,
it really
guys.
does, and we really appreciate it.
This isn't a cry for help. This is just being honest.
Yeah, this is just us, just talking to you,
Yeah.
letting you know what's going on and asking for some feedback.
Yeah, so the memberships help us continue to bring this content to you, pay for the editing and the software bits and pieces, and hopefully continue to create content that's enjoyable, watchable and fun.
We've got one hell of an adventure coming up for you. As you saw in the last video, we had an interesting telephone call from Tony's best friend.
Indeed, I did receive an interesting phone call. Now, Craig, I've known him since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. We've been best friends forever. But where we went down the van route, he went to caravans. Now, he's travelled and he's out and about in his caravan all the time, folks, so he's not new to it. All the time he's out in his caravan. However, last year we went on the NC500 and he enjoyed the NC500 but didn't persuade him enough to give up caravanning. So I received this phone call where he said, could we share an adventure together, but doing everything that we do in AVF, no thrills? Could we convince him to switch from caravanning to campervanning? That is the challenge. And had that challenge been set to us in the UK, guys, I'd have gone, absolutely, no problem, I know exactly where we're going. And that would have been to the mighty west coast of Scotland. Because I believe that in that area it gives you a sense of adventure, off-grid, and being out in the wild. There's no better place than Scotland. However,
He came to us.
he came to France. And in doing so, left us with a challenge. Where could we take them in France?
And you will have to watch this next series to find out where. What I can tell you is this was such a fantastic adventure. We had so much fun, and we really did see some great places. We really did, and the challenge was on. We really showed them what van life is like for us.
No thrills.
No.
No thrills. It wasn't all pretend. It wasn't all,
No.
let's do the best stuff. This was living without a toilet in the van,
Yep.
living without a shower in the van. So it's a great adventure, guys. And it really is. It's up there with one of the best, I'd say. So what we got coming up in the future? Well, I'd like to share with you something that we don't normally do, but we're going to tell you our next destination. And the reason we're going to tell you our next destination is I hope it fills you with excitement.
Yes. We're coming back.
We are coming back to the UK and we're going to head to two of the UK's biggest locations again, guys.
We are heading to the Lake District and then
Two key areas of Scotland. First, we're going to go back to the borders to meet up with one of our friends, but to explore that area once again, because last time that we went to the borders, we were chased out of there. Yeah, we got chased out by a big storm.
Yes. So as much as we don't like them, we're going to have to head for a campsite, I think. There is a storm brewing, and by the sounds of it, it's a big one.
Dumping 5 centimetres of rain on Cork in Southern Ireland, where the army were called in to help with evacuations. The streets turned into rivers, and now she's heading here.
So we're going to go back to the borders, spend some time in the borders, and then hopefully, Liz, hopefully you'll be happy.
Well,
we're aiming to get back to
Skye.
So we'd really like to get back to the Isle of Skye again for the photography, and we just love it up there, guys, on that west coast. So that's where we're heading in the upcoming series after you get some winter sun.
Yes, we're hoping to bring you a little bit of southern sunshine to quite a gloomy UK winter. Try and brighten it up for you just a little bit.
Before we head back to the UK ourselves.
And hit the gloomy winter.
So I don't know when you'll see that, guys. But please, again, if you've got any positive feedback, we encourage you to let us know in the comments below, please. And we're just trying to keep the channel alive. We just want to keep it going and keep it alive over this period.
Yeah.
So
remember to like, subscribe, and check out all those other platforms.
many thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for all the lovely comments and the support you've given to the channel and through Buy Me a Coffee so far. And let's try and keep it all going.
We'll see you on the road
soon. Flip-flop! Oh no! Oh, lost me flop! My flip-flop's gone! Hang on! We ain't getting them. They're gone.